Live from the Dunkin' Latte Lounge.
All right, what up, everyone? It is Garrett hanging out in the Dunkin' Latte Lounge. I am so super excited to introduce you guys to Zach Hood, who you might already know, but if not, this is what this is all about. Getting to know artists like Zach. And Zach, reading up on you, I found it super interesting that we're going on almost probably 2.5 years since the first time you ever walked in a studio, and you've been putting out so much music that has garnered so many views. It's kind of incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It doesn't even feel like 2.5 years. It feels like just yesterday. Yeah, the first song I made was Flashbacks, which was like my most like vulnerable song, which is crazy because it was my first song ever made. But it's very weird. In 2.5 years, I've been in LA for 2 years now. So I came out here 2.5 years ago, and then 6 months after I moved across the country. But it's been a wild ride. And I love it.
From Alabama originally, like let's go back to like the early beginning of like, where did you realize that music was for you? You know, some kids growing up are like, hey, I want to play for the Yankees, or I want to be the president of the United States. But for you, was it always, hey, I have this talent, I'm going to use it, I just got to figure out how to maximize it to its greatest ability?
Yeah, it's been like that for a while. I mean, Bruno Mars, he released an album called Doo-Wops and Hooligans, and
of course
my mom had this CD of that album.
How funny is it to say like the word CD? Like, I mean, thinking about it, like CD,
yeah.
like, I mean, it is literally an old term, but no more than 5-6 years ago, like CDs were like mass produced. So it's weird to even like have that conversation, but still.
Yeah, we played it in her car, and I would just sing in the car seat, just like in the back of the car. And my brother and my mom like turned around and be like, "You can sing." I was like, "What?" And so since that day I never shut up. But I remember I was in middle school, and the time where like Shawn Mendes was like blowing up on Vine and stuff. And so I decided to download Vine and like give it a shot. But like it did not work. I was just a little kid, my voice is still a little, I was
still
just
developing.
Yeah, I was just hitting puberty, so like my shit was like cracking and stuff. So like I was trying to, but it didn't sound that good. But I stuck to it when I got into like high school. That's when it was scary though, because all the teachers would tell you, they'd be like, all right, like now's the time that you gotta like figure out what you're doing with your life. And it's funny because every time they would give me this sheet of paper, they'd be like, there's like, they would give you this sheet like with a bunch of jobs on it.
Right.
And they'd be like, circle at least like 4 that you would like be interested in. And I promise you, I literally was not interested in any of those like 300 jobs on that paper ever singing. So like,
where's the word other? I'm looking for the word other. Cannot find the word other.
Yeah, there was like professional athlete, all that stuff. I was like, there's nothing on here, man. But yeah, I would circle architect for like, which it's the top left one. So I would circle like
first one done, handed it in. See you later. So growing up too, I mean, like especially in high school too, finding your voice and finding that the fact that music was for you. I mean, it can't be easy because knowing high school just in general, probably the toughest critics you'll ever face. Next to internet trolls. Like how was it for you in high school, learning that like music was for me, but also putting yourself out there and not being afraid of people going, that's I don't like that.
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, my mom is like my biggest fan, so she would always like push me to like go after that I loved. My peers in high school, most of them were nice, but there were like a few bullies and stuff. But like that, I kind of like fiend off of that. Like I loved it. But I don't know. I feel like my mom told me this. She was like, mindset is only as good as your life. So if
it's so true.
Yeah. I stuck to my guns. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna push through. And by the glory of God, it worked out. I don't know how. I don't know.
If not, you're becoming an architect. I can tell you that. So let's. Years ago, you never went into a recording studio. Were you just making things at home on your computer via like your iPhone, and then eventually it was like, okay, let's let's make this legit. Because I mean, we can accomplish so much. We're doing this interview over phones and laptops and USB mics right now. So what was it for you that, or was it someone for you that said, okay, let's see what we could do, you know, in a professional setting?
Yeah. So back then I would post videos on TikTok using my piano. I would just post like little like 3-liner like email lines, like little sad boy hour type of things. And then these people reached out, and then I recorded a song on my phone, and it was a cover of I Don't Know Yet by Alexander 23. And I posted that on Spotify, and it did pretty well. So I was like, cool. And then I got a manager that wasn't very good. So I letting him go because
Everybody
my
has
manager,
that story.
yeah, my now he reached out to me. He was like, hey, like he basically he didn't lie to me. He didn't promise me anything. So he was like, let's get you out here, like let's see what's gonna happen. And so we ended up doing that, and here we are. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, does it still hit you like, wow, 3 million people listen to my stuff in a month, you know, on a streaming service, 100 million streams across multiple platforms. Like, does it even affect you? Like to me, knowing that 100 million people listen to my music to a degree would kind of be like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So like, how is it for you?
It's very odd. I still feel like it's a lot of my friends ask me this question. It's very odd because like I don't feel any different. I know it's like sounds so cliche to say out
Right.
loud,
No,
but
of course.
I don't know. It's cool. Like I love like the most surreal thing was meeting people in person. When I
Right.
went on tour. Oh, I was like, oh my God, like this is real.
Well, that's
But
what it
yeah,
becomes reality, because like even like talking on the radio, it feels like you're just talking to one person, two people in the room, but you have, you know, hundreds of thousands of millions of people anywhere at any given time listening. So it's funny, like we're in a Zoom room right now with a bunch of other people that no one could see, but there's at least probably 3 or 4 people that have heard your music before that you have no idea. You
yeah,
just see a number, but now you get to put a face to it, especially as we come out of the pandemic. So
yeah, it's wild. I love everything about it. And yeah, kind of blowing up during the pandemic was a very cool and weird thing because when I went on tour, like it was the first time I was ever like seeing any of my like fans like in person, like and got to like talk to them, shake their hand, like say what's up. It's very cool.
it's almost like a weird reality show. It's like, first, all these people are listening to you. You don't know what they look like. And then you go out on tour, but yet they're wearing masks. So you really don't know what they look like. Only half of them, you know, it's almost like a Netflix series waiting to happen. So we'll work on that after we get out of the Dunkin' Latte Lounge. All right, let's talk about music. Let's talk about what we're going to get into right after we're done chit chatting. Talk about the single right now. Lonely isn't the word for this. I mean, love, you have this sound which is like, we were talking about Bruno Mars, who obviously I have a feeling you kind of get a little bit influence from. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just me as a listener. Talk about that, just your sound in general, and talk about Lonely for a second.
Yeah, well, one of the number one things like me and my team stress is versatility, and me being from Alabama, I have like these like it's and listening to I listened to so much like so many different genres of music when I was growing up. So I feel like that kind of like correlates into my music and everything. But yeah, Lonely isn't the word for this. I came up with it on my guitar in my room, and I went to no, I didn't. I'm tripping. I came to the studio. My friend, we were actually working on a different song, and then I ordered Chick-fil-A or something. I was eating it, and
Well, it wasn't a Sunday, I could tell you that.
exactly. But we like took a little break, and he started playing. He started just playing around the guitar or whatever, and I just like freestyled that chorus, like that whole entire chorus, and he was like, dude, like that, like put that down right now. And so I stopped eating and I went in and put it down, and then we finished it up in New York City.
You did all this in one take almost?
I did the chorus in one take, yeah.
Which, like, another part of music, as I'm sure you're learning too, it's like it's almost like striking gold when you're able to do that, because then you hear stories of been working on this for 8 months, and you did it in under a Chick-fil-A meal pretty much.
Those are the best songs though. Like Flashbacks, we wrote that with like in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And it's still one of my favorite songs I've ever like done.
Well, it has something near and dear to your heart too. You'll always remember the first.
Yeah, the easy songs are the best songs, 100%.
So, all right, let's. So we have that. You're going to perform in just a second for us. You're getting out there to see the world, right? So where's the next place people can check out Zach? I'm speaking like you're not here. Where can we check you out on tour, Instagram lives, whatever the case may be? Where can we see you next over the next few months?
We don't really have anything like planned, but we are looking to have a tour by the end of this year, 100%.
All right, I love that. Yeah. And first, if you're not following on social too, I mean, like I said, the numbers are insane, but to follow along, to see if you're coming to their town, or let's hit up all the socials, even down to like LinkedIn if you have that as well.
Yeah, tell them my ads.
Yeah, no, go for all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be. There's 9 others being created as we speak right now, but what's all your socials that people can follow along if they haven't already?
Instagram is Zachary.Hood, Zachary. My I'm like blanking. My TikTok is Zach.Hood, Zach.Hood. And my Snapchat, I guess.
It's almost, again, it's like a weird like resume. It's like
my is the Zach Hood 1 too.
All right, so Zach, before I let you go, and before I go black on the Zoom, because it's awkward when you perform and it's just one person in the Zoom. It's like I don't know where to look. You're performing and I just don't know where to look. So I black out the Zoom and let you get to the performance. But before we do that, we obviously are sitting in the Dunkin' Latte Lounge virtually, and the question I raised to you, that we raised to everyone that enters the Dunkin' Latte Lounge, you had the opportunity, to think about it. We're getting very deep now. We're getting very meta right now. You could chill with anybody alive, dead, fake, real, whoever it may be. It could be the guy that delivers your newspapers, whatever the case. You could sip a Dunkin' Latte with and just pick their brain. Who would that be and why? Or it could be an entire football team. The choice is yours.
That's a very good question. I feel like, being the fact that like this person blew up from social media and blew up into like the superstardom and just started their career off of social media, I feel like it would be very cool to like pick their brain. So I'm gonna say Shawn Mendes, because him coming fine and everything. I would love to just know where his head was at like during that process. And plus, he signed with David Massey, who I signed with, so it's like really cool.
You could follow the blueprints and create your own at that too. For a second, I thought you were going to go with the Paul brothers, and then we would have to end this interview very quickly. Zach Hood, everyone. Zach, thank you so much. I'm gonna step back, let you do your performance. We appreciate you hanging in Dunkin' Latte Lounge. # Dunkin' Latte Lounge across the board. You can go back DunkinLatteLounge.com to watch this interview and many more after that. And Zach, I mean, to say that you're just getting started, you have 2 feet in front of many more artists that are already trying to get to where you are right now. So congratulations on that and continued success. And you're in New York, and if you want to grab some Dunkin' Lattes.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Silk sheets and neon lights, stayed up till 4 or 5. Think that it's kinda nice underneath the moon till the sunrise, yeah. Strum songs in your guitar, drove around in your jet black car, got lost, went too far. Now I'm wasting time with Isabel, 5 foot sweet whiskey like caramel. Every time it feels brand new, wish I could rewind the things we do. Now I'm wasting time with Isabel. so real. Can't lie, but the way I feel might be head over heels, head over heels. 3 nights, no drama. Girl, you like no other. So girl, do you wanna? 5'3" we skin like caramel. Every time it feels brand new. Wish I could rewind the things we do. Now I'm wasting time with Isabel. Now I'm wasting time with Isabel. 5'3" we skin like caramel. Every time it feels brand new. Wish I could rewind the things we do. Now I'm wasting time with Isabel. Isabel, yeah, yeah. Oh. Every time it feels brand new. Wish I could rewind the things we do. Now I'm wasting time with Isabel. Oh. You're getting used to sleeping in an empty bed. I'm getting used to the pain. Your blue tiger tattoo, I can get it out my head. I don't really want it to fade. Something went wrong and we tried so hard to fix it. Couldn't hold us, so we blamed it on the distance. And now I'm in hell. I never knew a heart could break it, so I hope you're happy, but I miss you madly. Don't hold it against me, but I'm not even close to letting you go yet. Reality's frozen, 'cause I can't take the photos of us off the shelf. I never knew a heart could break itself. I still miss your mama. I really hope she's doing well. I feel like I lost a family. So farewell to Oklahoma. Thanks for holding on to me the way I'm holding on to all these memories. Something went wrong and we tried so hard to fix it. Couldn't hold on, so we blamed it on the distance. And now I'm in hell. I never knew a heart could break itself. I hope you're happy, but I miss you madly. Don't hold it against me, but I'm not even close to letting you go yet. Reality's frozen, 'cause I can't take the photos of us off the shelf. I never knew a heart could break itself. No, I never knew a heart could break itself. Friends are off to college and now we don't talk as often, even though we always promised we would call. I'm at this party full of strangers and nobody knows my name yet. Now I'm wishing that I never came at all. Some nights I wonder how we grew apart. It breaks my heart. I miss the good times. When did Cali get so cold? Wanna go back home. Wish we could drive all night, listening to throwbacks, losing time, but we didn't know that it would ever end. Don't know if we'll ever feel this way again. That I miss my friends. I miss my friends. Traded in the back roads for the traffic on the west coast. I get homesick pretty bad from time to time. Jordan's pouring up another, Brady's fighting with his brothers. Jack drank too much, now he's hanging on for life. Some nights I wonder how we grew apart. It breaks my heart. I miss the good times. When did Cali get so cold? Wanna go back home. Wish we could drive all night, listening to throwbacks, losing time, but we didn't know that it would ever end. Don't know if we'll ever feel this way again. Damn, I miss my friends. I miss my friends. I miss my friends. I miss my friends. Wish we could drive all night, listening to throwbacks, losing time, but we didn't know that it would ever end. Don't know if we'll ever feel that way again, way again. I wanna catch a flight back to reality, my small town life. Best spot in the galaxy I've ever been. Don't know if I'll ever feel that way again. Damn, I miss my friends. I miss my friends. I miss my friends. I miss my friends, yeah.
To see more videos like this, check out DuncanLatteLounge.com. And if you're posting on social, use the hashtag DuncanLatteLounge.